Your enemy will be out in force, but you cannot meet him on his own low ground.
What you gonna do if one of these pitchers throws through your head?
I'll duck.
You don't belong here, and you never will.
Get off the field.
Brooklyn.
All right, so if you're catching a movie today, it could be the number 42. It's about baseball legend Jackie Robinson, who on this day back in 1947 made history here in New York when he joined the Brooklyn Dodgers and became the first major league ball player to break the color barrier. The film also scored some history at the box office over the weekend, taking in $27.3 million domestically. That's a record for a baseball movie. Now, another rare display will be seen in Red Sox Nation today. The Sox tweeting a picture showing the team plans to wear jerseys bearing Robinson's number 42, all the more fitting for a man whose own widow described on NBC's Meet the Press as one of a kind.
Well, he was a passionate advocate for change and social change. However, he also understood that anything he did that was contrary to what was expected might destroy the opportunities.
So Major League Baseball is taking steps to further the pioneering efforts of athletes like Jackie Robinson by launching a task force to study how the increase or lack thereof of diversity in the game, especially among black players, has evolved. And according to a league report from last November, of all the teams with 40-man rosters, only 8% of the players were African American. Wendy Lewis is the Senior Vice President of Diversity and Strategic Alliances for Major League Baseball and joins me here to talk more about this. So Wendy, it's great to have you here. And those numbers, I think, would be a little surprising to certain people. When did the league become aware of the shortcomings, and what are they trying to do to overcome that?
Actually, it's been something we've been observing for a while, and we've seen those numbers ebb and flow, but we basically are dissatisfied with the level that they are today. So one of the what we think is exciting and strategic remedies is the development of this task force, as you mentioned.
So the development, what does that mean? Because as we talk about the success of 42, and obviously for millennials and youngers learning about what Jackie Robinson was able to do in breaking the color barrier, what does it mean as here we are in 2013? As I said, I think people would be surprised that you need a task force to talk about diversity.
The task force, to be quite honest with you, ideally is really a collection or a collaboration of individuals and organizations and programs that have been in place for many years. But to have everyone collectively at the table representing as diverse and wide of a range and perspective on this, all the way from HBCU coaches to the commissioner himself, that's the first. So the task force consists of what we consider some of the best thought leaders in the business for us to get to some of the best solutions.
Meanwhile, Major League Baseball isn't the only sport that's talking about diversity and where it stands on the social issue. NFL player and pro-LGBT activist Brendan Ayomadejo was on our air over the weekend talking to our Melissa Harris-Perry about what it means to be a player in today's sporting world. And I just want to play a part of it. Take a look.
In the sports field, we're a little bit behind society, and if you can play, you can play. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, whatever sex you are, whatever your sexual orientation is, if you have disabilities or whatever. Let's go out there and let's teach an inclusive sports environment, a team environment, and let's work together, and it'll push on to social issues as well.
So all four major sports, Wendy, when we talk about hockey, they've come out in their support of showing more tolerance when it comes to having a gay player on teams. What does it mean for the MLB? And I'm sure that while we've been, seeing more conversation emerge about whether or not an openly gay player can come out on a team, what's the response from the MLB about what that means in your sport?
For MLB, as true as the other sports, if a player would choose to self-identify that orientation, it would, to me, really not make that much of a difference. In terms of diversity, we know that it is more than just about gender and about race. And so I think MLB is very well positioned and is very thoughtful about that when one of our players decides to do that publicly.
All right. And which was your favorite baseball team?
All 30.
All 30. See, I was trying to get her, make her comfortable, try and get her on the record. She did this to me in the commercial break. She's good, though. Major League Baseball diversity strategist Wendy Lewis. Great to have you here, Wendy. I appreciate it. That's going to wrap things up.